As soon as we receive it, then that's the time that we will officially decide on what to do for the timing. Definitely, there's one thing for sure. Once we receive it, we will convene the following day. And in this case, if ever we do receive the articles of impeachment, we will act on it forthwith.
Tonight's headlines: members of the Senate held a caucus to discuss the possibility of convening as an impeachment court if the impeachment complaint versus VP Sara Duterte at the House of Representatives reach their chamber.
Czech charge d'affaires Eva Tenzin confirmed to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. that fugitive Zaldi was detained in the Czech Republic before it applied for political asylum in France.
U.S. President Donald Trump calls on Iran to surrender and abandon its nuclear program. This as tension in the Middle East continues.
And the old-school social media platform Friendster is now having a comeback. All these and more, here on 13 News.
Good evening, I'm Greg Gregorio. We're bringing you the day's top stories that shaped the country. Straightforward, clear, and concise.
I'm Angela C. Under one flag with 3 mandates to inform, explain, and empower the nation. This is 13 News. First in our news, while the House of Representatives has not yet transmitted their articles of impeachment regarding complaints versus Vice President Sara Duterte, the members of the Senate started discussing what to do if such a document is sent to their chamber.
Some senators also expressed their hope that Vice President Duterte would face the impeachment trial if such proceeding actually takes place. IBC correspondent Daniel Manalastas has more details on this report.
Even though the ball is still in the House of Representatives regarding the impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte, senators held an all-members caucus regarding all possibilities in case they receive the articles of impeachment, from robes to logistics and personal preparations.
As soon as we receive it, then that's the time that we will officially decide on what to do for the timing. Definitely, there's one thing for sure. Once we receive it, we will convene the following day. And in this case, if ever we do receive the articles of impeachment, we will act on it forthwith.
For Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson, it's still in Duterte's decision if she will decide to face the impeachment trial in case it pushes through. But for Senator Risa Hontiveros,
kung siya ay haharap o hindi, syempre, aasa kami na haharap siya sa ganyang pagkakataon. Pero final decision niya po iyon.
Senate President Tito Soto said they will open the impeachment to the public and for those who want to presently attend the trial. And when it comes to financial aspects and preparations, senators assured that they have what they need.
Venue, yung pagkain, yung mga security measures, mga ganun lang. Hindi naman masyadong. We will make sure
60 ropes yung pinagawa at 7,000 per piece. So that's around 400 plus other incidental siguro. Nagastos yung 544. So there's at least 27 million.
Right now, House lawmakers are still expected to vote on the impeachment at the plenary level. Daniel Manalastas, IBC News.
House lawmakers, meanwhile, vehemently denied allegations of corruption behind House Justice Panel's unanimous vote on pushing forward the impeachment complaints versus Vice President Sara Duterte. Both House Justice Committee Chairperson and Deputy Speaker Albi Benitez said no one was paid for their vote. This is in relation to the strong position of the 53 Justice Committee members, saying there is sufficient probable cause for them to elevate the impeachment complaints versus VP Duterte to another level. The Solons even fired back at those spreading this allegation, including Davao 1st District Representative Paulo Duterte.
Anticipated na they will be commenting a lot of negative things against this impeachment process, especially that the Justice Committee was able to establish probable cause. Wala po tayo na-encounter, nakausap concerning allocations related to this impeachment process.
Walang ganun. Kasi ako nga, sa totoo lang, I was there because naniniwala ako na dapat ang lahat ng mga public officials magkaroon ng highest standard. Ang tanong ko, sino mga nagsasalita niyan, di ba?
In other news, both officials from Czech Republic and France have vowed cooperation with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. for the return of fugitive Zaldico to the Philippines. This is the result of the meeting between President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., French Ambassador Marie Fontanelle, and Czech Charge d'Affaires Eve Tenzan at the Malacanang Palace yesterday. However, none of the officials were able to give an answer as to how Ko was released from custody in Czech and why France requested for Ko to be subjected in their jurisdiction amid Ko's appeal for political asylum. Recall that President Marcos Jr. has earlier expressed dismay over this matter. But on the other hand, the Czech Charge d'Affaires has confirmed that Ko was once detained in Czech Republic.
Mr. President, you are correct in your information that Zaldico was detained by Czech authorities due to invalid travel documents. Walang pasubali, walang pagkakamali sa naging pahayag ng Pangulo para sa taong bayan.
Meanwhile, under the administration's continued commitment to direct aid among local government units, President Marcos Jr. led the distribution of around 200,000 pesos worth of financial assistance in Eastern Visayas. This as the president launched the Sa Eastern Visayas, Bawat Bayan Makikinabang program this morning. Harley Valbuena has the story.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. launched Sa Eastern Visayas, Bawat Bayan Makikinabang program as his administration continues strengthening the capacity of local government units amid the energy emergency. In an activity in Tacloban City, the president said that through a bigger local government support fund, it pushes for a more active collaboration between the national and local government.
Maraming disconnect sa national government at saka sa local government. Kaya't nung ako umupo na Pangulo, sabi natin, ba't di natin tinutulungan ang mga local government? Di tayo nakikinig sa local government para malaman kung ano ba talaga ang kanilang pangangailangan.
Under the program, 200,000 pesos financial assistance was distributed to every barangay in Eastern Visayas. Half of the fund can be used by barangay officials for priority projects, while the rest will be allotted to 5 presidential scholars per barangay who will each receive 20,000 pesos educational assistance. As he interacted with students, the president also assured faster construction of school buildings in LGUs. 10 kilos of rice were also distributed to beneficiaries from the vulnerable sector. A total of 241,000 families in Region 8 will benefit from the Bagong Pilipinas Rice Program, which will be conducted every 2 months for a year. The president then issues a challenge to LGUs in implementing the Bawat Bayan Makikinabang program.
You will be running this program, not the national government. If it is run well, asahan ninyo, ang next budget dadagdagan natin sa susunod na taon.
Also earlier today, President Marcos Jr. inaugurated the Hibulungan Small Reservoir Irrigation Project in Villaba, Leyte. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
In commemoration of the National Labor Day, the Department of Labor and Employment will roll out one-stop shop Kadiwa outlets on May 1. This is not just the usual Kadiwa outlets because aside from affordable basic commodities, the sites will also offer government services. SSS, PNP, NBI, and Pag-ibig documents or clearances may also be processed conveniently during the event. DOLE will also launch around 90 job fairs across the country. Moreover, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will also visit the main job fair site in General Santos City in support of the Filipino labor workers.
Meron din po tayo, of course, sabi po natin, meron po tayo nationwide contact of job fairs. Ang atin naman po main event ay gaganapin sa Region 12, sa General Santos City, sa KCC Convention Hall. Of course, dito naman sa NCR, meron din po tayo dyan sa SNX.
Meanwhile, Filipino workers are now included in the beneficiaries of the 20 pesos per kilo rice program under the directives of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. About 16,195 workers have already been listed as beneficiaries, along with persons with disabilities, senior citizens, and solo parents. Same as the other vulnerable sectors, workers can regularly purchase up to 10 kilograms of rice at the subsidized rate of 20 pesos per kilo. The expanded coverage aims to provide relief to more Filipinos amid current economic and basic goods challenges.
Ang nangyayari po yung mga asosasyon or organization o mga manggagawa sa isang kumpanya, nililink po ng Department of Labor ito para sa DA at saka sa FTI, and then yun po yung pagkuha ng regular na bigas po na worth 20 pesos. Parang 10 kilos po per buwan yung kahit pa paano na-avail ng ating mga manggagawa.
When we return, the government eyes continuation of various assistance amid energy crisis through allocation of an initial 155 billion pesos. Stay tuned, this is 13 News.
Ating tunghayan ang mga kwentong magbibigay ng inspirasyon, kabutihan at pagkamakabayan kasama ang ating host na si Bob Ferrer dito sa Good Stories.
Malaking tulong ito sa mga kabataan, no? Dahil sila ay na-expose, nararamdaman nila na sila ay ina-appreciate, pinapalakpakan sila, hinahangaan sila.
Mga istorya ng malasakit sa kapwa, sa kapaligiran at sa komunidad nating kinabibilangan.
Sustainability will always start at home. So ang laki ng role ng isang nanay na maging halimbawa sa kanilang tahanan.
Yung kulturang Pilipino, sanay tayo sa tinatawag na bayanihan. Kahit anong kalamidad dyan, may puso pa rin ang Pilipino na mapagkawang gawa.
Good Stories, Sabado, 9:30 ng umaga. Dito lang sa IBC 13. Are you ready to open your mind? We're tackling topics others won't.
There should always be that collaboration between families, the communities, the school.
Most of the household, ayaw nilang pag-usapan anything about sex.
Or parang parang na-attract sila dun sa industry namin na tigil nyo yan.
It's time to stop the stigma and start the science.
Because here on Naked Minds, we break the silence.
Naked Minds, every Friday, 10 p.m. on IBC 13.
Welcome back to the program. Amid the ongoing impact of the Middle East war, the Philippine government would like to ensure continuing assistance to the most affected sectors. That said, the government is looking to allocate a budget of over 100 billion pesos. Harley Valbuena returns for this report.
The government is planning to allocate an initial 155 billion pesos under the proposed Unified Package for Livelihoods, Industry, Food, and Transport or UPLIFT bill. According to the Department of Budget and Management, this will ensure the continuous implementation of UPLIFT's programs amid energy crisis due to the Middle East war, such as the Service Contracting Program, cash aid for PUV drivers, and repatriation of affected overseas Filipino workers.
We are not looking at entirely new spending, but rather a strategic reprioritization within the current fiscal space consistent with prudent fiscal management and in line with our whole of government efforts.
Meanwhile, the UPLIFT microsite was launched, which shows the public the status of UPLIFT programs, such as the latest number of repatriated OFWs, the current oil stockpile, status of electricity, the distribution of cash aid for PUV drivers, and a guide on the right prices of food. The DBM stressed that through the UPLIFT microsite, Filipinos will be informed on where and how the funds allocated for energy emergency were spent, and this debunks malicious claims on the government's response on the Middle East crisis.
So ang dami po kasing kumakalat na mga maling impormasyon, may mga kumakalat na balita walang ginagawa gobyerno, which is not true at all. Kaya po gusto naming makita nila, under po the directive of our President, makita nila kung ano ba talaga yung ginagawa ng gobyerno para sa kanila.
The microsite is also seen to prevent corruption and irregularities in spending funds for the energy emergency. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
U.S. President Donald Trump remains firm on Washington's red lines, saying no settlement will move forward unless Iran abandons its nuclear program. Meanwhile, Iran warns of consequences if the U.S. continues seizing Iran-linked vessels. We have more details from CJ Reyes.
U.S. President Donald Trump is calling on Iran to surrender following Tehran's proposal to end the war. On Truth Social, Trump posted an image referencing his previous warning on how the U.S. would respond if Iran refuses to settle. Furthermore, he stressed the U.S. is non-negotiable, a non-nuclear deal. Iran's proposal notably did not include nor address their nuclear program. Trump has ordered an indefinite extension of the U.S. naval blockade against Iran and reiterated that no peace deal will push through unless Iran vows to drop its nuclear program. Iran has repeatedly insisted that Tehran is not pursuing nuclear weapons, saying its nuclear program is for peaceful energy and research. Tehran also stands by its right to enrich uranium domestically, a stance the U.S. opposes. Speaking at the White House, Trump claimed that U.S. forces have wiped out Iran's military, adding that Tehran has no choice but to yield.
Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do, just say, we give up. But their economy is really in trouble. So it's a dead economy.
Iran pushed back, warning it will take practical and unprecedented military action if the U.S. continues seizing Iran-linked vessels. CJ Reyes, IBC News.
Officials of the ASEAN member states in the Philippines assembled this morning to take necessary actions on oil and energy supply disruptions amid the ongoing Middle East war. The ASEAN Economic Community Council agreed to avoid restrictive measures and export bans to keep trade open and predictable. As chair of the AEC Council, DTI Secretary Cristina Roque emphasized the need of intensifying support to MSMEs and strengthening energy supply to healthcare facilities. The Council is also accelerating the ASEAN Power Grid and the ASEAN Agreement on Petroleum Security to implement resource sharing in Southeast Asia during supply disruptions.
Currently, ASEAN is already advancing the ratification of the ASEAN Framework Agreement on Petroleum Security, the APSA. APSA is being pursued to enable coordinated emergency fuel sharing and collective responses to supply disruption. Also under the Philippine chairship, one of our priority economic deliverables is the implementation of the MOU on the ASEAN Power Grid. ASEAN will work on this ASAP.
In other news, 11 police officials from Pangasinan Provincial Police Office were removed from their posts effective April 27. This is due to their underperformance in their duties after several suspected illegal gambling dens in Pangasinan were raided by the National Bureau of Investigation. The 11 relieved officers were immediately replaced and reassigned to the Personal Holding and Accounting Unit in Camp Crame while the PNP headquarters conducts an investigation. Among those who were removed from their post was a provincial director, 8 chiefs of police, 1 provincial intelligence chief, and a regional intelligence chief. According to PNP Chief Jose Melencio Nartates Jr., this kind of operational and administrative review of their personnel helps them determine which officers in certain positions are fit to fulfill their duties.
In this digitalization era, technology truly changes the world as the digital sector further boosts the Philippine economy in 2025. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, the digital sector generated 2.74 trillion pesos or 9.8% in gross value added or GVA. This is higher than the 2.59 trillion pesos or 5.4% GVA in 2024. How is this possible? Based on the breakdown, digital enabling infrastructure such as telecommunication services plays the biggest role at 65.3%, followed by e-commerce websites which make up 32.2%, digital content and media at 2.2%, and government digital services at 0.3%. This surge happened as the country maximizes the capabilities of the digital sector across several industries, which helps employ more Filipinos. When we return, some netizens are having a trip down memory lane as the previously taken down Friendster is having a comeback. Stay tuned. This is 13 News.
Abangan ang talakayan ng mga kabataang may talino, may tapang, at may puso.
Lahat ng mga estudyante ay may karapatan sa pag-aaral.
Naiintindihan namin yon. Pero ang tanong, feasible ba yung pinapropose ninyo?
Ang tinig ng kabataan, ating pakinggan dahil ang bawat argumento may punto. Kasama sina Faith Santiago, Princess Jordan, at Kuya Jude Asidre. Balitaktakan, tinig ng kinabukasan tuwing Sabado, alas 6 ng hapon, dito sa IBC 13 at Congress TV.
Kayo ba ay may mga isyong may kinalaman sa karapatang pantao o pangkalusugan?
Isyong legal at pangangailangang medikal, ito ang programang magbibigay payo, tulong para sa mga mamamayang nangangailangan. Kasama sina Congressman Zia Alonto Adyong at Attorney Mix Nograles.
Makakasama niyo kami sa paghatid ng kwento at tulong, pag-asa at pagbibigay ng mabilis at di kalidad na serbisyo.
Tutukan ang lahat ng ito sa House at Your Service tuwing Sabado, 1:00 ng hapon, dito sa IBC 13 at Congress TV.
Journey with us to the beating heart of the Southern Philippines. Discover places that captivate. Meet people who inspire. Share stories that unite. On Mindanao, every Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. A tapestry of timeless traditions. Culinary gems. Fusion of culture and festivity. Bound by generations of shared stories. Chinatown TV. Every Sunday at 9 a.m.
After over a decade, old-school social media platform Friendster is officially relaunching. According to the platform's new management, Friendster now promotes real friends and real life, offering a simpler online experience without ads, algorithms, or spam from dummy accounts. Netizens quickly reacted, feeling the nostalgia, with many hoping they can retrieve their old profiles. Friendster originally shut down in 2011, following the rise of Facebook, and is currently available only for Apple iOS users as part of its initial relaunch.
After an outstanding breakthrough, the 6th Asian Beach Games in Sanya, China has officially ended, with the Philippines finally ranked at 5th place. The Philippine team gathered 3 gold medals, 4 silver and 2 bronze medals, a monumental rise compared to previous Asian Beach Games in 2016, which the country placed at 17th place. In the closing ceremony, Philippine Olympic Committee President Abraham Bambol Tolentino proudly received and embraced the Olympic Council of Asia flag, officially turning over the hosting of the Games to the Philippines. Tolentino accepts the flag as the countdown officially begins from the Philippines to host the 7th Asian Beach Games in Cebu by 2028. Meanwhile, here are the results of the 9 p.m. draw from the PCSO. For the Lotto 645, the winning numbers are 7, 24, 41, 42, 29, and 40, with a jackpot prize of 31,621,223 pesos and 97 centavos. For the Super Lotto 649, the winning combination is 40, 41, 24, 23, 46, and 42, with a jackpot prize of 33,781,767 pesos and 72 centavos. For the 6D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 0, 0, 3, 7, 6, and 0. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 0, 6, and 0. And for the 2D draw, the winning numbers are 5 and 2. There are no winners for the Lotto 642 and Super Lotto 649. Heads up, job seekers, your opportunities might be just around the corner. Tomorrow, May 1, 2026, over 56,000 job vacancies will open across 17 sites in Metro Manila as part of the 124th Labor Day Job Fair led by the Department of Labor and Employment National Capital Region, with over 500 local and overseas employers joining the event. Applicants are encouraged to bring resume and requirements and may visit the official DOLA website to check the site near you.
Also tomorrow, May 1, 2026, the world will celebrate humanity and foster a global community connected by love and compassion as we celebrate the Global Love Day. With the theme, Love Begins With Me, the day reminds people to spread more unconditional love and kindness regardless of cultural differences.
And those were the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and bring you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm Greg Gregorio. This is 13 News. Good night, everyone.
Maraming disconnect, ika nga.
Dati-rati maraming pamilyang Pilipino ang kapos. May